Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today, I have the video that I promised on my Instagram. Today we are going to be just having a casual discussion about Nintendo's E3 showcase yesterday. I had kind of debated doing like a live reaction. I might do that next year, depending on how I feel, but I just thought I might as well just do a discussion video like this. I thought about doing it scripted too, but I think just doing it like this will be fine, just kind of casual. So we're not gonna dilly-dally too long. I really don't want this to drag on for way too long, so, and since there were so many things that got revealed and got talked about more with the showcase yesterday, I don't want to, take up too much time. So, I've got everything listed here, just so I don't get completely lost, because there was definitely a lot yesterday, and I didn't want to really forget anything, which that sounds dumb, but I don't have much faith in my brain, so, so the first thing I want to talk about was actually the last thing that was showed, which is the small, like, 1-minute trailer they did for Breath of the Wild 2. It was something that definitely surprised me, yet it didn't at the same time. Because I'd heard from a few friends and stuff rumors of a very, very big possibility of the next major Zelda game being Breath of the Wild 2. So that part of it did not surprise me. What did surprise me, however, was the timing of it, because with Link's Awakening, coming out and being, well, not revealed, that was a while back, but, like, with it coming out, and then there also being the spin-off, Cadence of Hyrule, I mean, I kind of thought we were set Zelda-wise, so seeing that, like, I kind of thought maybe there'd be a title drop or something, but that's about all I was thinking. Maybe they would just be like, oh, hey guys, it's in development, here's the title, here's a, I love how okay, this lighting, my god, my fist, I'm literally just blending into the light, hold on. Yeah, check that out. It just, like, disappears. Okay, sorry. Like, here's a title and everything, yada yada. But them doing, like, I mean, it was only a minute, but I mean, it was enough to get people really excited. And I had seen people, saying, like, why are people so excited? It was only 1 minute, and yada yada, and I'm like, yeah, I get that, because I get why people feel like people are looking at it instead of Link's Awakening, but I think it's because we already knew about Link's Awakening, and I think it was just the timing of it all. Like, I don't think anyone saw it coming, that they were going to do, like, a small trailer this early, so I think that was a huge read, and it is a minute-long trailer of the next major title, so I think that's just why people went crazy for it. But all I have to say at the moment is it looks really nice so far. I really like how it has the obvious look and feel to being a sequel to Breath of the Wild, which is obvious, of course, but there was also some changes, like with how Zelda looked and stuff like that. Like, there's already, even in that 1 minute, obvious changes, so, or at least obvious, like, like a time jump. So we won't talk too much about that. If you want to see over on Zelda Amino, I highly recommend it. There's already been a bunch of people, which other places too, obviously, but, there's already been a lot of people doing trailer breakdowns and analysis and stuff like that, so if you're more interested in that kind of thing, there's plenty of people out there that have done it. So next is Link's Awakening. I don't have a whole lot to say about it, other than I am looking forward to it. Sorry if there's an awkward cut, had to go for a minute. Okay. But we knew Link's Awakening was happening and such, so yeah, not a whole lot of shock there. It was definitely neat to see more of how things look, and it is something I'm very, very much looking forward to. And the little bit they showed of, like, the dungeon creation, it looked really neat, which obviously, like, it looked like you were doing, like, set rooms and stuff like that, but, like, honestly, I need to rewatch it again, because I was watching it, but I wasn't fully taking it in, so I tend to do that a lot with, like, the E3 showcase and stuff like that, so, yeah, anyway. I did see the amiibo for it, too. For some reason, when I watched the showcase, I didn't notice it. I think it's because I was probably just, like, freaking out, because I tend to do that when I'm watching it. Normally, like, after E3's done, I have to go back through and watch trailers again, just because when I was watching it, I was not fully taking everything in, so. But I saw the amiibo for it after the fact, and it looks really cool, too. So, next was the thing that I knew deep in my soul that they were gonna have to talk about, but it was obviously still, like, up in the air a little bit, was Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is definitely something that it means a lot to me, like the game series as a whole, and this was something I'd been waiting on for a long time, and it's definitely something that I can easily say has and will be worth the wait. I really like the idea of starting on a deserted island and building your way up to having, you know, a bigger town or at least a bigger village and stuff like that. And it definitely looked, I liked the idea that it had some kind of like Harvest Moon elements to it, like not straight up, but like with, not necessarily the crafting, but it just has sort of like added activities and stuff like that, because you know, you have the crafting and stuff like that, and there's just like a lot of decoration, like you could do, like the whole thing with decorating outside and stuff like that, it just looks really neat so far. And I think they're doing their best to like add in, because New Leaf already had quite a few things added into it that allowed for more activities and stuff like that. And then, you know, later, or not too long ago, they did the amiibo, the Welcome Amiibo update with, the Meow coupons, and that added in a list of incentives to, like, like, tasks, like, or quests, I guess I should say, I guess that's a good word too. But with this, like, they're doing the mileage thing, and so that's kind of like, a little bit extended on the Meow coupons a little bit, that's at least how I took it. So I think it's neat that they're doing their best to, like, add in more activities and stuff like that, and, which is what I expected, but, like, the theme they chose I think is really neat as well. But so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and, obviously March is a bit away, a ways away, but it's not, I think it's long enough that I think I'm glad that they're taking their time with it, but at the same time, it's not, like, so long, so I'm very happy for that. And it looks really nice. Like, obviously, it looks very similar to New Leaf, but a lot shinier and a lot, like, you know, you'd like to have the trees moving a lot more, and, like, there's so much more density to, like, even the weeds and stuff like that looks a lot more elaborate. It just looks really neat. So very, very happy with that. I'm not going to say too much about Sword and Shield, I just know I'm very excited for those, as someone who likes Pokemon a lot, and has played every gen. I think they look really neat, and I think as the first, like, full Pokemon, like, console game, unless you count, you know, like, Pokemon XD and stuff like that, or, Coliseum, I believe, yeah, it's Coliseum, that's very close to Gale of Darkness or whatever. I think, yeah. Like, those are pretty good Pokemon console games, but in matters of a full, like, regular Pokemon journey, you know, I think it looks really neat, and I like, I just really like how it's looking, and I love that, how the wilds looked is what they called it, you know, the areas outside of towns. It just looks really nice, and that is another thing I will definitely be getting day one. So yeah, not a whole lot to talk about with that, just because, you know, we already knew. I mean, we even got a small direct a couple days before E3, and I kind of figured that was so they would have more time for other things, so they could get some stuff out of Pokemon out of the way, so we could have time for other things that had yet to be announced. Luigi's Mansion 3 is something I'll just talk a little bit briefly on. I'm excited for that too. I really like the hotel idea, and it looks neat that there's going to be, you know, more characters from the Mario series in it, because, you know, you got to see Peach, and there's definitely, like, a couple new, like, characters, too, and overall, it just looked really neat as well, and I think the addition of, the different, not power-ups, but, the different abilities, like the ghost slamming one, like, that looks pretty fun, you know. I think that definitely looks like it will be a lot of fun to play that as well, and that is also a game I will be getting day one, definitely. Probably the thing I was most excited about, which all that stuff I love, and I mean, obviously this doesn't, like, Animal Crossing was the big thing. That was the big thing I wanted to see, and I was so happy to see it. But I'd been wanting the Secret of Mana collection on Switch for so long. It's been something that's been out for quite a bit now, about a year maybe, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's been about a year. And I was hoping, like, I kind of lost hope on a localization, honestly. I mean, Square Enix did the Secret of Mana remake, and it got localized, but I sort of just kind of lost hope for the collection at this point. Like, I just kind of took it out of my mind and said, okay, like, just forget about it for now. If it happens, it happens. That'll be great. And my husband had told me that someone who was making very reliable, like, leaks for E3 had mentioned the Secret of Mana collection. I was like, oh my god, well maybe it's finally gonna happen. So all I was expecting was a release date. And then when they said, like, oh, it's gonna be available after the show, I'm just like, oh my god, like, so that I am extremely happy about. I'm very thankful to them for that, you know, because I was just expecting a release date, and the fact that it's here, woo! Like, I was just like, alrighty then. And then it just happened so quick. I could barely, like, cause I was already freaking out over the collection, and then after that, they dropped that they're doing a whole remake of the third game, which it's kind of odd to me considering, like, cause I've never gotten to play the third one. I think there is a fan translation. Don't quote me on that, but I've still never played it. Because I was hoping for the collection or whatever, and even like, I don't think there is a fan translation. I could be wrong though, but like, so it's kind of odd. Like, I'll definitely be beating it in the collection first, and then later down the line, I'll probably get the remake, because the remake definitely looks neat. Like, I guess it's, it's based on Trials of Mana, which is, the third game. And it just looks really neat. It looks very different, so I'll definitely be playing both of them, but I'm definitely going to get, I'm actually, after I film this video, I'm going to be buying the Secret of Mana collection. So I'm definitely going to beat that first, and then down the line, I'll get the remake, because it looks really nice. So, that blew me away. I was not expecting, like I said, like, it just went from 0 to 100, like, they just dropped all this mana stuff immediately, and Secret of Mana is something that is, like, I consider Secret of Mana itself one of my favorite games, like, in general, and I'm working on playing some others in the series, because it has, like, a few random ones, but this is just so neat that I get to play because I've never played the original Final Fantasy adventure either, so it'll be really neat to play the first before Secret of Mana, and then be playing the one that never got localized until now. So we're getting down to the last few things. The last few things we're going to be talking about are things that I felt like I wanted to say stuff about, but aren't that big to me. So obviously I have to say something about the Smash DLC, because I do play Smash. Banjo-Kazooie and, like, all the Dragon Quest characters were definitely something I wasn't surprised. Like, it was something my husband had talked to me about before, of, like, people, like Dragon Quest and Banjo-Kazooie as Smash reps were something people had talked about for so long, and I kind of just got it cemented in my head that they were going to happen. So, like, when it happened, I was just like, oh, that's cool, it's like, because I do like Dragon Quest, okay? I've never played really any of them that much. Same with Banjo-Kazooie. I like Rare, and I do like the Donkey Kong series a lot. But, like, I've never had Banjo-Kazooie, and I'll probably play it at some point. It's just not something I've ever owned. But I am happy for the people that really, really wanted those. So, even though it's not something to me that I'm jumping for joy about, like, it's cool for people. And, I did, the reveal for Banjo-Kazooie was pretty entertaining. I liked it a lot. Okay. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. My phone's being stupid. So, the other thing was Cadence of Hyrule. Again, that was something they talked about more, but we knew about. I just wanted to say I think it looks neat. I'm actually going to be getting, because not to be like advertising, but I'm not, obviously I'm not being paid to say this, but I noticed the other day when I was going to look at the price of the Secret of Mana collection, Crypt of the Necrodancer is only $3.99 right now for like the next week on the shop, on the eShop. So if Cadence of Hyrule looks fun to you, you haven't played Necrodancer, probably now would be time to get it, because I'm one of those people. I've seen my husband play Crypt of the Necrodancer. I can't say that, it's like a tongue twister. And I'm going to be getting it today too, since it's only $3.99. So I want to play it because I want to play Cadence of Hyrule down the line because I think it looks really neat. And I love how Link and Zelda look. Sorry, there's like noises outside. The other thing I want to briefly mention, it's cool that Spyro is finally coming to the Switch because I know someone who has been really, really wanting that. Brett, if you're watching, you're covered now. I'm happy for you. Okay. And Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games look pretty neat. Funny enough, I'm a really big fan of Mario and Sonic, and somehow those games were ones I've never really owned. I've never had the DS one or the Wii one, despite them looking neat. It was just something I never got. So I definitely am going. I don't think it'll be a day one for me. Because we don't play party games like that much here. Like we have a few Mario parties and stuff like that in Mario Kart. It's just I'll definitely get it just sometime down the line. But that was definitely neat to see. The only other thing I had to talk about was Mario Maker 2, and I'm just gonna say briefly, like that's coming out this month. In a couple weeks. I'm going to be getting it day one. I already have it pre-ordered. Because I liked 1 a lot. Because I have a Wii U, and shocking, one of the few people that has one. But I liked 1 a lot, and like everything they're adding into 2 just looks really fun. So yeah, definitely getting that. But yeah, that was another thing we'd known about for a little bit at this point. So yeah, sorry if this video's kind of, I don't know. I just thought I'd try this. Like, gotta get used to sitting here talking somehow, and. Yeah, sorry about the, like, light that is so bright that, like, my insanely white skin just disappears into it. Like, still in awe. Like, check that out. Like, that's... Maybe it's not... I guess it's, like, when I'm, like... Because I'm sitting here looking at the screen, like, kind of up, and it's just gone. My fist is just gone, okay? Yeah, as I say, I sit here and I record myself talking, looking into the like, that's so sorry if I keep not knowing whether to look into the camera or look, because I know staring into the camera the entire time is not something you want to do. So sorry if I'm like, you know, but I'm trying. I'm learning, and the only good thing we have in the background is my Sakamoto pillow just chilling, hanging out, and we've got the window of death and the bookcase and the kitchen. Someday I will have an actual background and it will look moderately semi-professional. Okay, so anyway, yeah. So basically this whole video has just been, I'm excited for this, I like this. I hope that's entertaining to some of you out there. Yeah, I just wanted to do this for fun because just wanted to talk about some things. I will definitely be looking forward to whenever we see more of Breath of the Wild 2. Definitely looking forward to Link Awakening release. So yeah. Sorry for the couple jumps in this video too. It'll probably be crappy, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. Okay, bye everybody.